Greetings, Souls Winter, and welcome to Let's Play Shapez IO. In this episode, we are finally going to reach level 25, and by that we also reach level 26 because level 25's shape is this shape. From what I can see, it seems to be 3 layers. We still need this shape. They're all the wrong orientation. Maybe I'll supply white over here. This is all there is. This part, right, there'll be some processing required. We'll need to send squares, get them cut, and then get them rotated and stacked together. No rotations required. We'll process 2 parts of it because there's like these 2 squares in opposite diagonals and then these 2 squares in opposite diagonals of a different rotation. This time round we need these 2 sides, so let's see. What do we have here? These 2 sides, this is correct. No, this is correct. And this. Good. Yeah, that's it. We can submit this now. Okay, let's check the supply rate. 57, so we need to wait half an hour. No, wait, hang on. We don't need to wait half an hour. Look. This is way too many. Send this one out, and that's good enough. There. Maybe this will double. 120. Wow, okay, good. We just need to wait about 10 minutes for the level up. Ta-da! We have reached level 26. Why doesn't it show me level 25 though? That's weird. You did it, you unlocked the free play mode. That means the shapes are now randomly generated. The hub will require throughput from now on. I highly recommend to build a machine which automatically delivers the requested shape. The hub outputs the requested shape on the wires layer, so all you have to do is to analyze it and automatically configure your factory based on that. Oh my god, of course it's going to be the windmill, huh? But this is not difficult. It's just one basic windmill that's in green, and then another half windmill here, half circle here. Leveling up doesn't help us anymore. So why do we want to bother? The free play is just trying to add more and then maybe have an automated factory. I think the wires layer is to help us produce a factory where it produces any shape. Like it has all the shape supplies, all the color supplies, everything is in there. With the use of buttons, you're able to just configure the shapes you want. Be it this stacking first, that stacking next. So like for example, this one goes onto here first, then you channel it towards this path first and then goes there and then have a very complex factory. I'm not that good though, so I don't know if I'm going to challenge something like that. This game, it really taxes the brain to try and come up with efficient designs that will help you mass produce the shapes and all that like in a factory. being able to produce the shapes and then send it on to the next stage where it gets processed, that's probably how the real world factory works as well. Instead of like one area producing one product in its entirety and then just have one supplier like that, we have stages. So one full factory line producing one stage of the product. This entire factory line sends the shape to the next stage of the factory line. There's two ways to implement these things though. Let's take a look. So one way would be this way that I've implemented. Send these to the next stage of the factory, stage by stage. So this stage goes onto here, this stage goes onto here. Only the supply gets distributed. The other way is to produce these, like the squares, send them out into an output line. So send the squares out all the way down. Okay, so have a green square supply, feed it to the other side, which is what some of these real world factories actually do. So the green squares get fed over here, and then this place processes these two cutting depending on whether you want this one or this one. So you have like a lot of green squares sent in here, and this stage of the factory will then help you with the cutting of these green squares and whatnot. Similarly, this one is going to produce these white shapes, and then it's going to feed an entire supply line here, where it's then distributed out to these stations and stacked together. Let's show another example. Instead of like sending all of these here and then having these red circles get produced at their own individual stations, all these red circles get sent out into one line, like over here. Maybe this is all red circles output from these. One full line of red circles come out over here towards this side, like that. Then these will send the red circles in for processing, and the output is this one, right? So this one will be a line itself, so it'll be a red line of this shape, and this shape will go onto this line, and this line will feed the stacker to do something else. It can be that as well, but that just means like there's a lot of lines crossing all over the place. So I think I still prefer this approach. But of course, if you were to like have this one, say for example some other factory requires this, you can temporarily reduce the output of this factory, borrowing these shapes and sending some of them to another factory for temporary usage. So maybe you can have a filter, so it's like boolean 1 or 0, and when it's 0 it goes into this factory. When it's 1, it goes out to the supply line to be supplied to another factory for temporary usage. So yeah, the game challenges you to think efficiently and build as compact as possible, not just time, not just resource consumption, but also space. We need to learn to work well with space constraints. All these things are really going to challenge us as players on how we plan our factory. And with the wires updates, there's going to be even more. We did use some of the wires. We had a button, we had the quad painter, which was actually introduced during the wires update as well. So we used some wires, we used the quad painter. But then again, there's all these things, you know, like the AND gate, the virtual cutter, like that, virtual rotator, virtual stacker, virtual painter. So you get to see how the shapes look like and whatnot. And then the shape analyzer. So it analyzes the top right quadrant of the lowest layer of the shape and returns its shape and color. For now, this episode ends here, and for now, this Let's Play series ends here. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you found these Let's Play videos helpful. See you next time. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.